Hey, what's up? I'm going to do a book review on White Noise by Don Delillo. And I'm really glad that I read it. It was a really good book. I liked it. I liked it a lot. This book is probably the most blatantly philosophical book from a fiction novel. It's about a family, and it's about a dad and his coworkers and his family, his wife, his kids, and there's an airborne toxic event that goes on in their town, and so them and the whole town have to evacuate, and then it sparks all of this like fear and all of this this deep thinking. It makes the father confront his mortality for reasons, and there's furthermore after that where this fear of death really starts to manifest. So he has to take it into his own hands to keep that from happening. So it's a really fascinating book. This is the second book I read by Don DeLillo. The first book I read by him was The Names. I have that review on my channel. Let's just say I like this one better. This is a better book. I like this one a lot. Obviously, I first got introduced to Delillo and The Names. And White Noise through the movie that is a film adaptation that premiered on Netflix. So I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix right now. You can go right now and look for it. So that's what got me interested in Delillo. And, I'm glad I read it. It was sitting on my bed for like such a long time. It was sitting in my bedroom for like a year. No, don't, okay. 6 months. And finally I picked it up. And then it took me some time to really get it started. I first read The Names. And so when I finally finished reading The Names, I was like, honestly, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of disappointed. But then I was like, well, let me give this one more shot. Let me read White Noise. White Noise was so much, it was like night and day. I heard that Delillo, there's a preface in here, and Delillo says that when he wrote it, he kind of felt like it was kind of downloaded onto him, or it kind of wrote itself. That's what he said. It felt like it wrote itself, which makes a lot of sense because there are some major themes of death, and he was touching on some very, very, very universal topics. Universal truths that surround life and death and the philosophy of life and death. I personally am a Vedic astrologer, and that's ancient Vedic Indian astrology, and it ties in heavily with Hinduism. So the reason why I really enjoy the whole White Noise book, movie, everything about that is because there are such blatant themes of death and the afterlife, but just death in general. And it really makes me think about Yama, which is the god of death. And it makes me think of the star that it rules over. And it's a star in Aries called Buttony. And Adam Driver is the actor who plays the father in White Noise. And he's a Buttony son. So I think that's very, very, very interesting. And I'm actually going to make a whole video about White Noise and how the themes that go with White Noise, that are expressed in White Noise, actually correlate like bullet point for bullet point, like with Yama, the god of death. So I'm gonna make a video about that. But it was really, really good book. So I wanted to say some stuff that I found in common with The Names. One is that both of the main characters are fathers and husbands. And both of them, none of them are, I don't want to say that, it's like he's not this bad father or anything like that. But at the same time, he's not like conventional either. He's just never, like, it's always a father who has a good relationship with his wife and is his children. Um, it's always a father who has a good sexual relationship with his wife. Um, and the kids are kind of like, sometimes it feels like the kids are more like like they kind of take a back seat on their lives. That's what I've kind of noticed. I mean, feel free to disagree with me, but I don't know. I guess he is a doting father. Um, I don't know why I'm getting into that. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to describe like the main characters, what I've noticed about them. They're all very worldly and very educated in the names. The dude was like an ex-actor who's now working for, I think he's an analyst or something like that, or he does statistics and he's like working abroad. And White Noise, he's a professor at a university specifically covering 1940s Germany and Hitler, actually, like Hitler basically. So and he just talks about death so much. And I actually personally, I think I need y'all to read the book for me to actually say my theory. But I have a little theory, and it's hard to say it on this review because I don't want to give away. But basically, how do I say my theory without giving it away? Okay. In the book, after the event, everything is fine. Everything kind of goes back to normal. But I don't think that it really does go back to normal. That's like the most I can say without actually giving away too much of the book. If I had any critiques, I kind of have two critiques. One, the father is okay. Here's the thing. All of the characters kind of have the same voice, and that's the only thing. Is like every character, it's like they all have the same brain, or they all have the same group think or something like that. Because they all, like the son, the daughter, the main character, his wife, his coworker, his colleague at the college, like even the drug dealer. Like, you'll ask a question, like you'll say, "Hey, what's up? How was your day?" And then in the book, the person, they always go, "What do you mean, how was my day? What's a day? Isn't day just another word for night? Isn't day just like we all have days. There's 7 days in a week." Like, everyone in the book, everyone talks like that. And I get, like, if like the main character and his colleague, I get if they talk like that because they're both like smart, and sometimes smart people can be a little bit pretentious when they talk. That's just my opinion. I'm guilty of it myself, like, I mean, sometimes it just is like that. But like in the book, everyone fucking talks like that. Even like the 8-year-old daughter, even the 8-year-old daughter is like, I can't give you a good example, but the 8-year-old daughter's like, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to get us some dinner, but it's night. You know what happens at night? Robbers are out at night. There could be a storm. You won't be able to see. There could be a tornado. Night is the darkness, and you can't even see it. It's like, whoa. It's like, they take one thing and they just like go off. But which is not a bad thing at all. It's just that everyone has the same voice. So it's kind of it's kind of like, I kind of, I don't know. Everyone, and that's another thing that's really common with Delillo's books so far that I've noticed, is that everyone's very, very intelligent. You can obviously tell that Delillo is a very, very smart writer. He's a smart guy. You can tell. His writing can be a little dry. And so if you're not into dry humor, if you're not like ready for that kind of stuff, then you might not like it. But it is a good book. Is it better than the movie? Yeah, because like I said, the book did so well talking about the theme of death that the movie did not do as much. Like, the movie definitely did, and I noticed that, and I even like printed up the screenplay for that movie, and I read that too. Because I did it in preparation for the astrology video that I'm about to make. And so they definitely talk about death a lot, but not enough, and definitely not as much as the book. The book, like, from beginning to end, talk about death. Even before the toxic event, like they're talking about death. Everyone dies. What is death? This is what people do because they're afraid of death. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And oh, I guess the other one more kind of critique I would have is that here's the thing. Like, if you're not, I always say, I have the saying, what's the point of being so smart if you don't have an ounce of wisdom? And for me, that means that why all these people are so intelligent, like they're brilliant, very learned, educated people. But it's like, how the fuck did you get into this situation? How did you get yourself into the situation? It's these boring dads who get themselves into a pickle. It's like they're too smart for their own good. It's like they're so intelligent, and yet, how the fuck did you do this? How the fuck did this happen? I don't know. I don't know if I'm being like, I don't know if I'm like really explaining myself, but it's true. Like, they say things and it's like, yeah, okay, let me give you an example. He was afraid of dying, right? In one part of the book, he's talking about he was afraid of dying, right? And so his friend goes, well, that's a good thing. That means that it's because you're not good at, what was the word? What was that phrasing? You're not good at like denying yourself. You're not good at denial. And most people who are like religious and spiritual and yada yada, they're really good at denying, and you're not, and that's why you're sad about it right now. And so I kind of disagreed right there. Like, it's hard. I kind of disagreed because I was like, well, no, I don't. I think it's because he hasn't accepted it, But that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't really go into it too much because I don't want to give away too much of the book. But regardless, I gave it a B plus. I think it was a good book. I would definitely recommend it to someone if someone wanted to get into white noise. Yeah, and it was really well written. It was very intellectual. Yes. Okay. All right. Bye.